I'm so excited that you're going to be joining us again in New Orleans because you always have one of the most creative sessions. And I think people really kind of get into this like creative space when they work with you.
Oh, thanks. Well, most importantly, thank you for having me back. It's always a joy to do it, and I have a lot of fun with everybody that attends, and seems like people enjoy it. So I'm always happy to hear that feedback. But yeah, no, I mean we kind of always strive to give attendees or whoever we're talking to just a real something to take away with them when they go back to the property. So I think this year we have a really fun plan on deck to number one, get them super engaged in the process and have some fun, but also to pinpoint a curated list for a specific area. So what we're gonna do is break people up into groups again, similar to how we've done before. We're not going to tell the other groups what each group is doing. So I'm going to assign, yeah, so it's going to be kind of interesting. So we're going to assign each group a task of a playlist. Also, we're going to have it for a very specific area. So one might be a casino floor, one might be a restaurant, one might be a high-end steakhouse. Um, and then we're going to have each group really build out these playlists and think about why they're selecting the songs they are. And hopefully in the beginning, I can give some guidance and some tips on how we do that so that they can translate that to really making a really cool playlist. Then once that happens, we'll play the playlist for everyone and have the other groups try and guess and see if they can identify what area of the property it's for. So a little bit different twist
Oh,
to kind of get people engaged. And I think it's, we've discussed this before, but I think it's typically an afterthought for a lot of properties. I think properties are doing a much better job these days of really appreciating how important the sights, the sounds, the smells, all those things are. But I think I'm hoping that with this session, people will have fun, number one, as always, but number two, just really have some take backs to the property of how to really tactically attack a curated playlist through whatever they're using or by any other steps that they can. So I'm really excited.
I think that the key that I've always taken away from your sessions is that, like, yeah, that they're fun, but I think that um for many operators, the sound of their casino is background music.
Yes.
It's, whatever's not offensive, whatever's just sort of adding to it, but not really taken away. We're good. Check, right? It's off the list. But I think that, especially as we bring in newer, younger customers that are really experientially focused, all of the things and those little bitty touches could mean somebody staying longer or leaving.
Yeah, no, you make a really good point, and it's duly noted. I mean, for these casinos to continue to grow and evolve and have business, quite frankly, for the foreseeable future, there's going to have to be an attraction for younger gamers. And I think to your point, especially these days, just the experiential process for younger folks is all that matters, right? Travel, it's all based on experiences. Not, they're renting houses longer instead of buying so that they
Right.
can travel and do all these things. And I think in a casino environment, it's really crucial to take note of that and to make a plan for the future. And music obviously is a huge way to do that. To be able to speak to who's actually in your space. And I think most importantly as well, kind of dovetailing on your point, I mean, if you can talk to the people rather than just saying, hey, we're 55, 62, let's just throw on classic rock and some 90s and 80s and just put that serious channel on and we should be good. That really does not work with savvy younger consumers, and even older demographics
Right.
necessarily doesn't work either. So I think it's applicable on all levels, but
Mhm.
it has been exciting for us and for me personally just to see people take more of ownership and more of a targeted approach to what they're doing in property.
Well, thank you again for joining us. And thank you for giving me the honor of being able to say that I have Rolling Stones culture curator as a boot camp coach. I'll see you in
Well,
a few weeks.
thanks, Julia. I can't wait. Thanks.